safety briefing, and this is what most of you get at the shed when you come and do your first paddock. The first consideration is, wearing appropriate clothing, and I know a lot of you are seasonal paddlers, so you know exactly what to wear, but mainly from a safety point of view, it's things like making sure you're wearing weather appropriate clothes. So it can get really cold, and we have had occasions where people have got hypothermic, so you need to have, in that colder weather, a hat and an extra layer, and I think we are actually making provisions to keep a thermal blanket on the boat in some designated area. And the flip side of that is if it's really hot, you need to have clothing that gives you sun protection, a peaked cap, and you need to wear sunblock. We've all got to watch out for our sun because we know that the sun is very ferocious. There is a big container of sunblock in the shed, so please use that. It is there to help protect people. Thanks, Anita. And the other thing is shoes. So we have another hazard that we're exposed to twice a training really, and that's our slipway, our ramp, which is very slippery. So you need to wear appropriate footwear that you get a decent grip on the ground with. So the second thing to consider with the initial safety briefing is everyone filling in a medical questionnaire and a next of kin form. These are confidential, they're put into an envelope, your name's written on the front, and they are put away in a container in the shed, and we would only access those if we had to call emergency services. So it's really important that everyone does one. It's actually a requirement of ours that everyone does fill in one, and it keeps updated and we keep it available for emergency services. Our boat ramp. It is periodically water blasted, but it can get super slimy, and there have been some pretty decent injuries where people have slipped and pushed the boats. So again, things to think about when you're doing that is your non-slip footwear, a nice controlled slow launch, so we don't want to go powering down the ramp, we want to just take it slowly and just keep in contact with the boat. So if your feet do go from under you, you can hang on to the side of the boat. Fourth thing is our dolly wheel and foot injuries, and I think there's probably very few people here who haven't run over their feet with the dolly wheel. It hurts. To my knowledge, it hasn't caused any significant damage yet, but I think the potential is there. So, you just really have to be aware of where the dolly wheel is in proximity to you, and perhaps just stay, out from the boat a wee bit, not too close into the boat. Dolly curb collision, and if you hit the curb at speed, the boat can bounce and you can get your fingers smashed under it. So there's usually someone at the front of the boat calling the shots. That person really needs to be aware of the curbs and to slow us down or to steer us around them. The sixth thing, and this is really common, and I bet most of you have done this also, extremely painful, is a finger crush injury. And man, that really hurts. That hurts enough it can drop you, and it's very easy to do. So the easiest way to avoid that is just don't hang on to the gunnels when you're at the jetty, because that's how it happens. The boat rises and you get your fingers mashed between the gunnel and the jetty. So I think everybody will probably do that before they learn the lesson. Hopefully not, but yeah, just don't hang on to that gunnel when we're near the jetty. Thing, and very important, and we've just done a little run through that this morning, is our buddy system. So when we get into the boat and we number off, that's so we know who our buddy pair is, and generally speaking it's the person sitting beside you, but if we have low numbers in the boat and we're sitting diagonally, that may not be the case. So if we are sitting diagonally, you will need to identify on the boat who your buddy is. It's really important everyone's paired up, and our crawlers will pair with the front seat, and our our callers will trio with the front seat and our sweep will trio with the back seat. So in an emergency situation, it is everyone's responsibility to look out for their paddler and identify if they're not there. Okay, so that's one of the main ways to keep ourselves safe if something does go pear-shaped in the water. And your role as a buddy is to locate and stay with your buddy. So the other thing for new paddlers to be aware of is a major boat incident, and we very rarely have them because we have such brilliant sweeps, but the potential is always there, and I'm talking about a capsized swamp or a collision. I'm not going to go into great detail with that because Anna's going to follow up on that one, but basically you resort to your buddy system, you stay calm and quiet, and quite often when you hit the water unexpectedly, the urge to panic is there, but you just need to take a pause and just calm yourself. The boat's not going to sink, so you're actually okay. Activate your life jacket if you really feel you're at risk, but otherwise just stay calm and quiet and await instructions. And the ninth factor to remember is that the sweep is in charge of safety on the boat at all times. So it is absolutely crucial for people to stay calm and quiet so that they can hear their sweeps.